Let's see. We'll go with this. Oh, music stopped. Ah, it started just in time. Welcome to the continent of Arios. Arios is a new continent, which has been settled for only a few thousand years. Unfortunately, in that several thousand years' time, magic has, so to speak, died. While it still exists in various forms, the practice of magic, divine or otherwise, has died. There remain only a few dozen wizards of various power. And where you will begin is a small, a large town in fact, of Wolfwater. It is a very large port town that ships all kinds of goods into the lakes and rivers, and it is home to quite a few wealthy individuals. It's small, medium at large. Yes, it is wanted. You can curve bullets. Wolfwater is governed by the main city of Coldbreak, as are the surrounding cities and towns of Wolfwater. This include Doggard, Cleavale, Bellmore, and Windbourne. Here in Wolfwater, there are in fact no people governing the town. It is run off the hospitality of others, and the kindness and respect that you would give everyone, including travelers. As a result, the town has prospered very well and has fortunately never suffered an attack or any kind of major natural phenomenon. And here you will start on your daily lives in the town of Wolfwater. Now, I'd like everyone to introduce your characters. We'll go down the list. We'll start with Calliope.
Yeah,
It's Calliope.
Calliope.
I keep pronouncing it that way too. I keep on having to correct myself.
What? Really? You guys pronounce it Calliope? That's very weird.
I
think-
pronounce
No,
it
we just never.
Calliope.
I'm pretty sure we looked it up. Hold on.
We just never use the word
What?
Calliope.
Did somebody say cantaloupe? Oh no, but like, no, but yeah, I like because I played God of War like a million times. I just hear Calliope straight up, always.
Is it
I
an
never knew how to
instrument?
pronounce it. Calliope?
Yeah.
I think it's a
Calliope.
it's a musical instrument that produces sound by sending gas, originally steam, or recently compressed air through large whistles.
That's a cool.
It's like an
instrument.
organ.
I don't know any
Old-timey,
organs
like,
that do that.
It's like those wind organ things.
Most organs I know of either pump blood or cleanse toxins.
Not this one. These ones are played by clowns.
I'm sorry. Does Faenlyn have any kind of medical professional? Anything?
Let me check.
Maybe
Check my proficiency in medicine is +1.
Who?
Oh wow, whole +1, huh?
Whole +1.
Completely untrained +1.
5%.
mine's +2.
Oh shit, son.
Are you not a wise elf or something?
Guess not.
Jesus.
It takes a lot of smarts to build roofs, but not that much wisdom.
I got 13 wisdom. That's pretty fucking high.
But what if you put your foot on the wrong step while it's raining?
That's
Just
what
so you
your
guys
dex
know-
is for.
Your
Yes,
stats are quite a bit higher than your average commoner, for obvious reasons.
Because we're
Yeah,
commoners,
yeah.
but we're not common.
Common
Just a
commoners.
stereotype.
We're not common commoners.
You were all
We're
special
uncommon.
cases.
Yeah, we're all uncommon commoners.
If all commoners were divided into loot boxes, we'd be legendary commoners.
You'd be EA's little wet dream.
We'd be the 1%.
Yeah, there's all these whales like, oh, I need to unlock Calliope.
Okay, apparently there's a lot of middle-aged
Never get-
smokers that are buying loot boxes now.
I should buy a new box. EA needs my help.
We just completely steamrolled over Calliope's introduction.
I apologize.
I blame all of
Calliope.
you. I blame all of you.
Shut up. Lydia, would you like to begin?
Sure. So Calliope, she's a chick. She's a human chick.
No way, dude.
You can normally find her in the bar, either working the bar, or drinking at the bar, or beating people up at the bar. She's always at the bar. I don't know what else to say.
She's a bar maiden.
So she's always at the bar. Yeah, does she serve
She
drinks?
always
Is
cracks a
barmaid,
cold
or-
one with the
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah, she tends the bar.
Are you kind of like the bouncer as well, since you're not a pit fighter anymore?
She
Yeah.
Alright.
Is
cracks
her
a
name
cold
pronounced
boy with the boys.
Calliope, Calliope, or what is the other one? What is the other one? What did you say, Finn?
Calliope?
Or Calliope?
It's Calliope.
Well,
I
that's
figured as
wrong.
I
much.
told you, Calliope, guys.
Your
come on.
opinion is bad on this.
I'm gonna
I thought-
mispronounce it like probably
I-
multiple sessions before I get
I
it.
thought it was
That's
obvious
fine.
it was Calliope.
Well, what
guys.
if we
No,
just
I
shorten
thought
it to
it was
Callie as soon as we meet you?
Yeah, right? That makes it really easy.
I wouldn't be
You
You don't
offended.
like it? Okay. You sound
You
like
guys,
What-
you guys
She's
can
not
create your
thug
own
life,
nicknames.
though. She might not like Callie. She might like CAL or Caliber. or
She's
some
not West
shit.
Coast.
Whenever,
Um,
come over here, CAL. We need to talk to you, CAL.
Cal.
Because that's not going to get annoying really quickly.
I mean, Cal sounds
you
more
just short
manly
to
than
see.
Callie, and
Just
she's
shorter
like,
to see.
she's a thug life though.
Have
So-
any of you fought in the pit fighting ring?
No.
Technically, I've watched it because, like, when
You
I was
technically
younger,
watched it.
because when my
What
Well, how
technicality
have
Technically-
made you
No,
What
watch
because,
it?
technicality here?
because I used to my character used to rig these fights
Okay.
to gain.
You only
like,
watch
X-
it from peripheral vision?
He's only got one eye, so
No,
technically
more
you
like
watched
you
it.
know, like when a fight happened, I'd be the one to make people bet the other guy, and then I'd win like millions or some shit like that. Not millions, not literal millions, but you know
We're
what
commoners, no millions.
Apart from
I mean.
Faenlyn,
literally
he's
said
fucking
not
loaded.
literal millions, metaphorical millions. Okay. God
And
damn
how
it.
much do I get in on that, by the way? Because, like, I kind of an adopted
You have
daughter.
to
I should
earn your
have some
pocket money.
Gotta earn my keep.
You're like, how old are you? You probably weren't even born then.
I mean, the tavern's
So?
probably made out of wood, right? And I assume it has a roof, so... I assume I was involved in one or both of those things.
you come into it and realize the roof is open. Roof is like open, and you're like, sigh. Looks like I'm doing this again, and you fix the roof. Oh my god, that's just hilarious. That's hilarious. Where'd Finn go?
Alright.
Oh wow, did you have to?
He needed his
Oh
time
my
to
God.
post his meme. That was bad.
I was looking for memes, you know? Digging up the internet memes. Like gold.
Uh.
Anyway.
No.
We will continue down the list. Airly tops couple. Before I call it something else.
It's fun to say. That's my entire
Is it?
motivation
I
for
feel
the
like
name
it's
Top
not
Scobble.
fun. I feel like it's not fun
Topscobble.
to say.
I opened your sheet, it just says backstory and then a blank piece unless you scroll
Really?
down.
It doesn't say that for me.
If you scroll down,
It
it's all
says-
there, but if you just open it, it's just backstory and then blank.
No, I edited this so many times because I wanted it to be like how it is on my screen, but different screen sizes. Is
I
yours like
can't do a
more
screenshot,
narrow?
but...
Just widen it.
I have a
Widen the
thing
window.
called.
Oh, yeah, it works if you widen it.
I read it as
Yeah.
Tom Scopel.
Nope, Top Scobble. Anyway,
Scope.
she's a little halfling girl. She's 19, which is like I'm pretty sure is a child in halfling age because I think they're like considered adults by 33. At least that's how it is in Lord of the Rings. So in my mind, she's like I don't know, 13, 14 in like human years or whatever. She was born to like these crazy parents, both neutral evil. Her father was the leader of a cult, and her mother was like a follower of that cult. And then she found out that her father was a fraud and murdered him, and then she went to jail, and then Airly was born in prison. So she didn't have a very good early life, but then she got adopted, and things have been better since then. And she also spends a lot of time out in the woods because she doesn't have any friends in town, and she likes the woods and she likes visiting her halfling village. That's pretty much it. Oh, she met an owl. With her good friend Paco. But he's not important yet, but that's her friend. It's in her friends list. It's right there, Paco 9-year-old owl.
You mean friend list, because you only got the one.
Oh, yeah, friend list.
I know, they're all everybody, like one 19-year-old girl, friends, 144, 9 years old, 52 years old, 108-year-old, 75 years old. She has no friends her age, because I rolled in her backstory that she was a lonely, lonely child.
Oh.
Yeah, you did not roll the best
you got no
backstory.
No, I did
friends.
not roll a good backstory.
At least you're not playing a rogue, otherwise that would have just fit perfectly.
Yeah. She's a lone ranger.
Who's her Tonto?
I don't know.
Paco?
What's a Tonto?
Be a walking Texas Ranger?
You don't know
A
that?
Tonto is what happens when you ink your skin for a permanent mark.
Did you not? Are you memeing, or do you honestly not know anything about the Lone Ranger?
No, I don't. I've heard the name before. So when I said it, I was like, "Oh, that sounds familiar."
Tonto is his
but I've
Native
never
American
seen.
sidekick.
Oh yeah, never seen it.
That yeah.
Is it a western? I don't think I've ever seen a western.
Well, they had a recent reboot of it. It wasn't super good, but I thought it was funny. Because they had
Who's in
Johnny
it?
Depp playing Tonto.
Like, how old is this? Is it like an old western, like with what's his name? Squinty
The
Winky?
recent one, no, the recent one wasn't very long ago. Let's see, 2013. It's got Johnny Depp.
What about the older one though?
Older one? I don't know, dude.
Oh.
No.
Devil and Finn's ability to derail things.
At least this was on my turn this time. Where's the old one? Oh, it's 1930. Wait, never mind. That was
Yeah.
wrong. I don't know. The old one is old. Let's move on.
So
What,
what is your
Cthulhu?
relation? Hold on. What is Airly's relation to other players?
She doesn't really know anybody but Faenlyn.
Okay.
Faenlyn adopted her, so it's like an
Yeah,
adopted mother.
Roofman.
Yep.
She's
So she's
related to
kind
my
of rich
Roofman.
by proxy.
I don't know. Would Faenlyn give this random orphan a bunch of money?
He would give all of it. It's not a random orphan. He does.
Oh wow, give
Oh, yeah,
all
pretty
of it.
random.
Random
Wow.
orphan.
She's
At
not
first
sugar
random orphan.
daddy.
I like
Calm
the
down.
idea. All that I was ever given my entire life is a crystal frog, a string ball cup, and a silk gown. Those are the things I
Hey,
got. And a dulcimer. I don't know where I
hey,
got that
Do
one.
you want my magic throwing disc that's a frisbee?
But
in-
this is what children
It's a
need. They
discus.
need.
It's not a magical. It's
No,
not
it
a
is
magical
magic.
frisbee.
It's got an enchantment that it never does damage, no matter how violent you get with it.
This is
Hey,
the reason
hey,
why
I
she's
have-
2'9", is because everyone around her thinks that all she needs for sustenance is a crystal frog and a string ball cup. Oh,
I
that's
mean,
what kids need. They'll
listen.
be fine.
I don't
See,
have any
the
food
only
either.
The only reason I had to
Yeah.
specify that it did no damage is because I know the first thing you do is attach knives or daggers or whatever to it and throw it.
Make a
I
dead.
knew
But
that
now,
was the
now you
first thing
fucked
you do.
yourself because now it never does damage, so I could do other messed up shit with it.
Oh my god.
By the way,
Hey,
do
I'll
I
take that, but yeah.
do
Go
I
ahead.
have a dulcimer or am I just proficient? Same with cartographer's tools.
I
I
you don't
probably
have
have
cartographer's
cartographer's.
tools.
Okay. I use the.
Unless you started with a dulcimer, you wouldn't have that either.
I have a
Alright,
shovel.
never mind then.
You have a shovel knight over here.
Alright, well that's my turn.
Okay. We're going back down the list. Faenlyn.
Alright,
Introduce your character.
Faenlyn is what happens when you roll on the Xanathar's background table. And the stars,
You get the
the
opposite of
stars align. It's not like fucking poor this halfling whose father was evil and got killed and his mum went to
And mother's also.
everything was perfect. There's only like one person in the family that isn't doing very well, and they're doing fine. It's just they're injured. Faenlyn was born to rich parents who each own their own home. He has 7 siblings who all,
What the fuck?
I think half of them own their own home as well. One of them owns
God,
their own
stop
business.
Fucking-
Faenlyn spent a lot of years working. His specialty is sketchy shit that other people don't want to do, like climbing to the top of a wizard tower or building secret tunnels for a rogue in a different town.
Killing cows.
Yeah, his backstory. Yeah, he accidentally killed a cow. The shame of his life. The one bad event in his entire backstory
He
is
killed a
And he
cow. Clap.
repented for it immediately and paid for it like 3 times. He
Yeah.
made
He was
that right real quick.
he was paid to build a cowshed for the windy village of what?
No, he
fucking
didn't.
village was
He
it?
didn't even need to get paid. He
Bellmore.
made that shit for
Yeah,
free.
Bellmore. So he went to Bellmore, built this cowshed, and then the winds picked up one night and it killed the prized cow, Coella Deville.
Not
Wait,
even
how-
spelled.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of your fault.
Yeah, it was his fault.
Oh,
He felt really
respect
bad.
that.
He paid for a new shed, he paid for a replacement cow, he apologised, but
Replacement cow.
even Faenlyn and his sister are like, I don't think this is over, so his sister gave him an axe, and he's like, what am I going to do with an axe? I don't know how to use axes.
Not like a normal axe, like a hand axe. Like what?
I mean, you can ask people questions.
What with
No.
an axe? You can
Yeah.
just ask people questions.
It's called assault, and it's legal. Thank you very much.
But yeah, he's done a lot of work for a lot of reputable people. So most of it's turned out fine, but every now and then he kills a cow, and it's kind of tragic. But that's pretty
Wait, how
much
old
his
is
backstory.
Finland?
144.
So in 144 years, he killed one cow. That was one mistake. And
Yeah,
then-
144 years. His one mistake was killing a cow. I think you can let that go. I think. You
I
can.
think that's a euphemism for killing your wife.
He was also
What?
involved in a cave-in, but that's not his fault. Like, it's not his fault the mountain isn't very well supported.
All right. What is your relation to other characters?
This poor tragedy of a halfling girl, when she was born in prison and the people around town were like, hey, we've got some liability that was just born in prison, we need people to look after them. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do half and half. So she spent half her time at the orphanage and half at mine, I think.
Or not the
And
orphanage, the halfling village.
Oh yeah, you went to the halfling village. And I believe I built Theodore's porch or roof or something.
You built like part of my house. Also, you probably know my wife. Cause,
All too
she's
well.
a lot more famous than me. No, she's a lot more famous than me.
Who is your wife? Sibella Fayhart.
Yep.
Oh, priestess.
Woman.
Is anyone in my family religious? I don't think they
I
are.
rolled the highest thing
Mine
for
is-
her success. Like literally the highest thing. She's like,
I mean, as successful as a priestess can be in a time where
Yeah.
gods aren't talking to anybody.
yeah, like, but you know.
And with Calliope, I mean, they have a tavern. Stuff's made out of wood there. I assume I
Calliope?
built them a few
Who's this
tables,
Who's this
or
Calliope?
a chair, or maybe even like some training dummies
Did you
to
just say
kick.
Calliope? Did I miss that?
Listen, he's moving past it.
We're not gonna
We're
linger.
not discussing it.
Oh my god, you guys. I'll be the only one saying Calliope, and it makes sense because we know each other, but...
It's funny.
I just tried
do you know
so
any
hard
other
not
one?
to say Calliope. It was still-
Does your character know anyone else that's not the poor wretch of a halfling girl?
Yeah, Theodore I built his porch and part of his roof, and then
Okay.
Calliope I built like some tables and chairs in their tavern that they always break because everybody fights there. But I don't get invited to parties at the tavern anymore because when they said raise the roof, I actually got outside and raised the roof by 3 feet.
Got out like your winches and your big
Yeah.
old blocks.
It took 2 weeks. They were not pleased.
Stop! It was a metaphor.
The monsoon is coming! What are you... The monsoon is coming,
I
what are you
for 3
doing?
days straight out there trying to convince you it was just a turn of phrase.
Oh my god.
didn't mean it. Come down.
Stop doing that. No one else wants to be on the roof to get you down. No.
Alright, we're gonna move to Theodore.
Yo.
Hello. Alright. So Faenlyn is like the best of Xanathars, and Irelia is like the worst of Xanathars, right? Mine is literally in the middle and is probably part of an anime somewhere. Let's see here. So, I was born, and
That's always a good start.
So I was born in a simple home, like just in my house. First of my siblings. My parents were arrested for assault, raised by my grandparents who were apparently lived in a fucking mansion, boys. Basically, in my in my younger years, I was taught, yo, don't do bad things, cause don't be like your parents. And then I was like, okay, boss. But apparently I didn't do that, and so I kind of went thug life, and that's how I know Calliope, because I was just like, what was that?
Hanging out with this ruffian.
I was hanging out with the quote unquote cool kids. I basically, whenever a fight started, I'd like basically be the ring leader, or what you call that. Basically, I would be the one setting up the bets, and then I'd
Kingpin.
I like, no, not Kingpin. I wasn't like super well known. I was like that dude that makes the most money but nobody knows about. Like, I just basically made sure that I'd get the most out of the fight. Basically, and then one day, basically, as I'm like going back home, I stumble upon this church, just like unbeknowingly, and then that's where I met my wife, and then for like 10 years after that, I start cleaning up my act, and then I become Mr. Rogers, basically.
How old's your character?
Like 26, or I believe 20. I don't know. I'm double checking.
Human?
It's like mid-20s human. Yes.
So wait, your character found your future wife when you were like 15 or so?
And she was 94. Ugh.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Robbed the cradle on that one.
It's weird.
But 94, that's not adult even for elves.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
true.
adults are
Elves
100.
don't get a real adult name until 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know either. I just thought she was pretty, and I wanted to like at least know her, because like my character was literally like basically on his way to becoming a gangster. Let's be real. With that much wisdom and speed, like holy shit, I am literally gangster. But yeah, so like I changed. Calliope like, yo, what the fuck? And I was like, sorry, I'm Mr. Rogers now. And then basically, yeah, what that happens. Also, my siblings were apparently, they became like a band duo or some shit. They're like twins, and like they're twin entertainers. I believe I called their combo the Leo Beth or some shit. Yeah.
What performance do they do?
They're one of them's a guitarist, one of them plays the lute, I believe, or flute.
I like
it's a
to
boring
imagine they're
entertainment.
frauds, just pretending to be conjoined twins for the money, but aren't actually.
They're not
Okay,
caught.
okay.
I mean,
Stuff each
maybe
other
they're
into
caught
the
up.
same shirts.
They're both entertainers. That's all I do. I rolled them both entertainers. Like, might as well make them like a duo.
So is this brother and sister, or what are they?
They're twins.
They're twin brother and sister.
Oh,
Okay.
then they can't be conjoined then. Is
No,
there
they're not
conjoined?
They're
No, I
not
know
conjoined.
they're not really conjoined. I just
Yeah,
want to
but yeah.
pretend that they pretend that they are.
Oh, I never made this altar. Oops. I never made this seeable.
Also,
What altar?
okay.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, there's an ancient altar.
Yeah, there's an ancient altar belonging
Ooh.
to the goddess of Sun, or Sune. Which
Is this the altar I go to, or is this another one?
this would be the altar you go to.
Alright, so speaking of altar I go to, so basically I pissed off a friend of mine. Calliope probably knows this guy, probably not. He was part of the Thug Life group, and he was like, yo, I gotta need this potion, my dad is dying. I'm like, I mean, he literally cuts people's hands off, dude. I don't want to do that. And he's like, okay, just remember me if I go in. And he goes in, he fails, he gets caught. However, like, just by pure relation, they're like, yo, you do anything about this? And I was like, no, I don't know. That's how I got the news. I don't think he lost any fingers. That's up to Finn. But basically, he blames me for the death of his father because I didn't help him get the potion and shit. And I was like, altar, please explained where I should go, and then it revealed itself to me, and that's all I can say, really.
Alrighty. Who do you know?
So obviously Calliope, she was like my older sister at the time, like older sister figure. She was Thug Life, I guess. And then Faenlyn, I heard he was a good like builder, carpenter, whatever you want to call it, and I basically asked him to help me build my house.
Alrighty. So, right.
What is everyone's classes going to be, by the way? Because we haven't said that when we're describing our characters. I mean, we're not anything yet, but...
Yeah, but my character's literally a straight up monk setup, and I didn't plan this. I rolled that my wife was gonna be a priest, and I rolled that I was gonna go into an altar. Like, this is a straight up monk setup, boys.
Isn't that
What
a
kind of monk
cleric
you gonna go
setup or a paladin setup?
Yeah, I don't know about a monk, but...
It's either of those.
Yeah, I'll leave you to it, but I wouldn't say that's a good monk setup. I'd say that's
Yeah, that's a pretty... That's
maybe a few other
much
things.
Better cleric or paladin setup, really.
What kind of monk are you gonna go for?
Soul Dragon, or Sun Soul. I call it the Soul Dragon in another campaign because I just think it's cooler. But yeah, it's Way of the Sun Soul.
What about you, Calliope?
I haven't decided yet. I am between fighter and barbarian. I don't know.
Wizard.
I'm a wizard fighter.
A Skizzard.
What about you, Faenlyn?
I have no idea.
You don't know either?
He can
No.
literally be anything.
I could.
Okay, I rolled... Go for it. You could
I
what?
don't know. Go ahead.
No, you just said you could be anything, and I went, I could.
Oh.
there was no more sentence to that.
I thought it was
There's no
the beginning
rebuttal
of the
there. It
thought.
was literally just, I could.
I thought it was gonna be I could be this or that. Well, my character, I rolled for it and I got Beastmaster Ranger.
Oh boy.
Hence the owl.
Yeah,
I
hence
like
the owl. I've got plans for it. That's why it's in the backstory. It's coming later. You
It's
can
gonna-
stay
it's
tuned
the
She
old-
added in this meta owl.
because I wanted it.
Is the owl
Hey, by
gonna
the way, I
metamorph
noticed that
into a
Severus
super
has an
eagle
owl.
or
Are
something?
we owl buddies?
Have you talked to Severus?
I mean, we can write that in right now.
I mean, you think that
We
this
haven't
your
started
orphan,
yet.
your young orphan halfling child would have spoken to a pretty high tier wizard?
Totally.
Totally.
Would they though?
Definitely, we're
Totally.
owl buddies. Pen pals. Hey,
Owl
how
buddies.
pen pals? Hey, how is your owl
Wait.
doing? Hey, my owl's doing great. My owl's bigger than yours
Wait,
though.
Dibble,
Well, my owl's
Uh,
smaller than yours, and it's also doing good.
All right.
Wait, Dibble, what does
You don't have
plan
to.
for the owl mean? Does that mean
Huh?
like the owl's gonna transform into like a super eagle or something?
A super eagle? What?
Like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Why would a
Is an
giant owl
the-
turn into a worse bird?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, so you said you had plans for your owl. Do you mean like your owl's gonna turn into like a bird or something?
No, she's playing. He's gonna be playing a Beastmaster Ranger. I'd put two and two together.
Oh,
She's
I'm
gonna
sorry, I
use
didn't
her
hear
owl as
anything
a
that was
pet,
said. Yeah.
okay.
or her mount, or whatever you call it.
I guess.
Well,
Okay,
I mean, if I'm a halfling and I'm a Beastmaster Ranger, why on earth am I not going to use my beast as a mount?
Are you
just
gonna
gotta do it.
use? Are you gonna use a lance?
No.
You should
I could.
swoop in, skewer them, fly up with them still on the skewer, and then drop them from
That's
100
neat.
feet in the air.
I don't think she has the strength to keep someone on a skewer.
I have -2. Lance. What is
Jesus.
Lance? Is it a dex based or a strength based?
I think it's martial.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
not an
not
option. I have -2 to strength.
I can't imagine a lance being dex based. It's fucking huge. It's two-handed as well.
I don't use weapons anymore, so I use fists.
I have
you
a
don't
hand
keep
axe, but I don't know
track
how
of
to
that
use it.
I mean,
Yes,
the
you do.
closest thing with the weapon
shit, I
have
do.
is a fucking shovel, okay?
I could
I would
keep
try.
a lance around just for those times when I could possibly try and use it, but I mean, with the -2 strength, I'm probably not going
Lance
to get much
is
use out of it.
Lance is martial, 1d12 piercing, reach, and special. Says you have disadvantage when you use a lance to attack a target within 5 feet of you. Also, a lance requires 2 hands to wield when you are not mounted.
So you could have two lances if you're mounted and skewer them with both.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have two because you have to hold on to your bird unless you have some kind
Really
of
strong
strapping.
thighs.
Really strong thighs, like you've been doing.
It's all lower body strength.
Hey,
I got these
why
super
Or-
arms,
the
but my
owl like the
thighs are
bloodhawk?
super swole.
Or
What?
even
Where-
yeah, you'd have to hold on unless you have some kind of saddle or.
Yeah, I can get a saddle.
We're gonna forget about that. We're gonna forget about that owl. You know, like it's gonna be a blood hawk situation where we forget about the owl.
It'll be like level 3 is like, oh yeah, I had an owl in my
I'm not gonna
backstory.
forget. I won't forget. I got the character sheet already.
Never
not gonna
forget.
forget.
You're gonna pull
Never
exactly what
forget.
Grass did, where we didn't talk about it for 2 months, and it's like, oh yeah, I've just presumed I was taking care of it.
Well, I mean, it's not gonna be important until level 3, anyways, because I'm not getting this. Like, okay, I have a pet owl that I visit in the
all
woods.
animals are important.
Okay, but I visit it in the woods. That's my relationship with it right now. I'm not like I go there and I like to hang out with my owl buddy, but he's not important to my like anything at this point.
I forgot how to change it. My apologies.
You go to the cogwheel on the very right tab, and your display name should be whatever you want it to be.
I never really cared enough to change it. I'll change it though.
There we go. Save name. Got him.
There we go.
Come on, Finn.
What am I gonna change it to? I don't have a character.
You have to change it to anybody as you talk about them.
Oh my god.
Just change it to Overlord.
Oh my god. Alright. Apparently my rough childhood was a shameful secret. That's my flaw.
The entire world at once speaks to us.
All characters at once.
Horrifying.
Omnipresence. You should call yourself Omnipresence. Because you're everywhere at the same time.
What about DM and then like the higher up trademark symbols? It's DM, TM.
Oh god, okay.
Wow.
Pretty sure I can get that on. Let's see.
You
Trademark
can do it, I
symbol.
believe in you.
Here it
You can
is.
copy and
Just
paste
look
it from
for-
like Wikipedia or
Just
some
look for
Yeah.
look for the copy pasta with the TM.
That's got it.
The easiest way to get TM is to get it from a copy pasta.
It is. I'm not telling no lie.
See, look, that looks cool.
GM.
Why is Calliope and Theo estranged? Oh, because he's no longer a thug.
I ain't no thug. Like we know
Ride
each
hard
other, but
or-
like
Yeah.
she's like, what the fuck? Why you so soft, fool? I'm like, I'm Mr. Rogers now.
Does any of us have like stable parents other than Faenlyn?
My
No,
parents are
because we
so
don't have the
stable,
luxury.
it's stable enough for everybody.
Because I see here that Calliope has an adopted father, which that very well could be stable. I'm just saying her real parents are who knows. But what about Theo?
As I said, both my parents were arrested for assault. I was raised by my grandparents.
So it's just Faenlyn.
Like literally, when they were arrested and I was taken in by my grandparents, they were like, "Don't go bad because you'll be like your parents." I'm like, "Okay, I understand." 5 years later, becomes thug.
How did they think about that? Were you keeping it
it
hidden
was
from
like
them,
a
or was
secret
out in the
thing.
open?
I mean, I'd say it was wise enough to not let them know. That's why it's a shameful secret, because like only the people I know and like the people I worked with know.
Mm.
Because it's like, I mean, if you're like the guy that people talk to and like are friendly to, because you know that they're like cool guys, like Mr. Rogers. I keep using the example, but it's pretty close. But like I wouldn't say, yo, I was from a thug, by the way. Like 10 years ago, I was part of a thug, a gang, or rather, like a fight club. So, like,
How long were you a thug for, though, if you were like 16, 15 at that time?
I started when I was cause technically when I was 12, Calliope would be like 16. So I
Yeah,
guess
she was a
that's-
bad influence on you. Shame on her. She's
Yes.
older. Should have known better.
but she was fight club guy. She's like I guess that's like another thing how we met. Maybe I was like a wise guy when I was younger, and then she's like, yo, recruit this guy. He good. He Gucci. Get him.
Or you just
And
won't
then-
leave the fighting pit.
Yeah.
And
So,
like,
was it safe
man.
to say that you were making trouble in the neighborhood?
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
And he was raised by his grandparents as well.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what
blessed. I was raised. I was born in Windborn. I know. I was
you
in
can do it.
in
Your auntie and
Windborn-
uncle in Bellmore.
Oh.
Oh man.
Living out max and relaxing. Oh, cool. Guys, shooting some b-ball outside of school.
Oh gosh, memes. Alrighty, we're gonna start. First of all, I'd like everyone to do. We're gonna go down the list for. I know we've probably already said it, but just to reiterate, what you'll be doing while in town, just for your daily duties. Calliope, what would you be doing for your daily duties on a normal weekday?
I'd be running the bar.
Okay. Airly?
I would either be in the woods or if I'm in town, right?
For story's sake, you are in town.
Okay, then I would probably be at what's his name? What name did I give him? The good old apprentice. I would be apprenticing for Ulrich in his shop.
Ulrich. What does he do?
Yeah, the apprentice. He's the cartographer. 75-year-old human cartographer.
Alrighty. And Faenlyn, what would you be doing?
Since Errol is in town, he would either be prepping the house for her arrival, like cleaning the place up, making sure it's not a wreck, or he would be in town doing an odd job if anyone had hired him recently.
Alright. We'll say that you'll be hired. You're currently working on what's kind of like a town hall where a lot of various activities take place, learning activities mainly. These are organized by Farron. There's arts and crafts, there's acting, all kinds of different things that you might be interested in to pass time. Theo, what would you be doing?
Most likely, I'll probably be tending to the horse that my siblings use to travel. Probably painting landscapes. And like midday, I'd probably like walk around. Probably go to the bar, say hi to some people I used to know. Not even just somebody that I used to know.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Doing the old finger guns. Finger guns and wink. As you walk down the
not
street.
a wink, but like an embarrassed wave sort of thing. Like, yay, do you remember me? Like a sort of thing.
Definitely not finger guns now that he's cleaned up his act.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
It'll be
Well,
thumbs up.
Them's fighting words.
To be fair, he will be a monk, so finger guns are gonna be his thing.
That's true.
Oh my god, I literally have finger guns.
Alright, we're gonna take a very short 5-minute break because my dog has to go pee.
My dog.